Roman Empire fascinations have captured imaginations for centuries, and none illustrate the grandeur of antiquity quite like the ingenious provincial system established during the Principate. Today, we delve into how the empire embraced far-flung territories while maintaining order through clear organization, creative administration, and enduring customs. Brace yourself for a journey that reveals the remarkable balance between central authority and local tradition that made Roman governance so effective. In the Principate, provinces were not merely distant outposts. They were vibrant, bustling centers of culture and administration, blending local customs with the imposing reality of imperial rule. Each province, whether a scenic agricultural town in Africa or a rugged settlement among the vineyards of the Moselle region, came together to create a mosaic of diversity and unity that defined Roman rule. This isn't just a tale of coercion. It is a story of transformation and adaptation, where rural communities blossomed into dynamic municipalities that today's Western Europe still echoes. We will explore how Roman leaders reformed administrative abuses of old republican practices and extended the sophisticated principles of Graeco-Roman civilization across newly conquered territories. In doing so, they not only secured a more efficient governance system, but also sowed the seeds for lasting cultural exchange that continues to influence modern society. Hidden in these provincial tales are lessons of order, fairness, and creative innovation, touching on everything from military oversight to taxation regimes and municipal reforms. Each element of the provincial structure, from the role of the Senate to the responsibilities of local governors, illustrates a deliberate effort to balance central power with local freedom. Our discussion today combines historical analysis, creative storytelling, and a fresh perspective on a subject that remains as relevant as ever in understanding civil governance and cultural evolution. Enjoy this fascinating journey into genius and historical splendor. In the early days of the Principate, the Roman strategy for empire building embraced innovation and organization, laying foundations that would shape governance for centuries. The formation of provinces was a masterstroke, a creative blend of military strategy and administrative brilliance that embraced change while honoring tradition. At the outset, roughly 13 provinces were established, each serving dual roles as strategic military outposts and centers of local culture. Over time, with the passing of Augustus and the expansion under Hadrian, the number increased substantially, reaching 28 and later 45 provinces. This growth was not accidental. It was a response to new challenges and opportunities that surfaced as Rome absorbed distant territories. Each newly established province was approached with careful thought, designed to relieve administrative overload and to preempt potential mutinies by dispersing large military commands. By subdividing larger regions and creating fresh administrative units, Roman leadership ensured that local governance could respond quickly to challenges, nurture local development, and simultaneously secure imperial interests. Territories that were once seen as wild and ungovernable slowly transformed into well-ordered subdivisions, where the Roman legal and cultural systems took root. This evolution did not just serve military or administrative needs. It also paved the way for trade, communal identity, and cultural fusion that would resonate across Europe for generations. Thanks to clever reforms and systemic adjustments, each province blossomed in its own right, setting the stage for an empire that was as diverse as it was united. The fusion of local traditions with imperial discipline resulted in vibrant communities that enhanced the overall strength of Rome's dominion, marking the genesis of a brilliantly adaptive provincial system. Uncovering the early expansion of these provinces reveals how Roman innovation intertwined with regional uniqueness, forging a legacy of adaptability and creative governance that continues to inspire modern administrators every day. One of the most striking features of the Roman provincial system was its dual nature, dividing territories into senatorial and imperial provinces, each with a distinctive character and administrative philosophy. Under this system, senatorial provinces were governed by the Senate's trusted officials, while imperial provinces fell directly under the sway of the princeps, highlighting an innovative separation of civil and military power. This arrangement allowed Rome to balance exquisite local management with the efficient centralized command necessary to maintain control over diverse regions. Senatorial provinces, generally more peaceful and less militarized, enjoyed the oversight of proconsuls, who often hailed from Rome's esteemed aristocratic circles. These governors, although powerful, operated under strict guidelines and were held accountable by the Senate. The relative calm in these regions granted them the flexibility to nurture local traditions and cultural practices that ultimately enriched the fabric of the empire. On the other hand, the imperial provinces were strategically chosen for their military importance or potential for unrest. Governed by legates Augusti or procurators, these areas received direct imperial supervision, ensuring that they remained secure and productive. Special military commands were often established to watch over critical frontiers, and the shift of authority towards the princeps became an essential tool in quelling rebellion and ensuring imperial stability. This dual system embodied both control and creativity. Instead of imposing a one-size-fits-all rule, Rome granted regions the ability to maintain some local individuality while aligning with a broader imperial vision. Each governor, regardless of his assignment, was imbued with significant responsibilities, from collecting taxes to commanding legions and administering justice, all while operating within a system designed to discourage abuse of power through fixed salaries and close oversight. As a result, local populations experienced a measure of security and fairness that, despite its rigorous enforcement, allowed them to thrive culturally and economically. In essence, the division between senatorial and imperial provinces was not merely an administrative convenience, but a reflection of Rome's ingenious ability to adapt to varying regional dynamics by leveraging both military precision and wise political stewardship. Ultimately, this dual system not only secured Rome's military interests, but also enriched its administrative legacy. Through tailored governance strategies, local communities gained a voice while benefiting from a stable and just regime. This remarkable blend of control, flexibility, and innovative spirit continues to captivate historians and enthusiasts alike. Central to Roman provincial administration was an intricate network of officials whose roles blended military command, fiscal management, and judicial oversight into one robust system. Governors were chosen to suit the distinctive character of each province. In senatorial provinces, proconsuls, often of praetorian or consular rank, were deployed to ensure fair governance, serving a role that balanced honor, experience, and a deep understanding of local traditions. Accompanying these administrators were quaestors and propraetorian legati, who assisted in overseeing both fiscal affairs and military commands, making sure that corruption remained at bay. In the imperial provinces, the situation was slightly different. Here, legati Augusti were entrusted with significant responsibilities, from commanding legions in sensitive frontier regions to supervising the collection of tribute and ensuring the smooth execution of justice. Procurators, often drawn from the equestrian class, were assigned to govern lesser military districts where their expertise in financial administration was crucial. Their roles extended to managing public funds and supervising revenue collectors, tasks that required both precision and integrity. A fascinating exception in this hierarchy was Egypt, a province so vital to Rome that it was governed by a prefect of equestrian rank who reported directly to the princeps. This prefect not only managed the resources of Egypt, but also oversaw its complex bureaucracy, including the organization of levies and the maintenance of critical public records. Every official within this system received a fixed salary, a measure designed to curb the temptation for personal enrichment at the expense of the people. This fixed pay, combined with strict oversight, either by the Senate for proconsuls or by the princeps for imperial governors, ensured that abuses of power were met with prompt accountability. In doing so, these administrative officials not only maintained law and order, but also played a key role in fostering trust between the central government and local communities, ultimately helping to solidify the remarkable stability of the Principate. Their legacy of principled service remains a testament to the innovative spirit that characterized Roman administrative genius. Every decision made by these dedicated officials crafted the backbone of an empire that still inspires admiration. Taxation was the lifeblood that funded Rome's vast empire, and its administrative mastery was perhaps most apparent in the ever-evolving system of revenue collection. During the Principate, taxes were meticulously divided into two primary categories: direct taxes known as tributa, and indirect taxes called vectigalia. Tributa encompassed a poll tax imposed on those lacking Roman or Latin citizenship, as well as a land or property tax that exempted communities blessed with the coveted ius italicum. These measures established a predictable income stream, while highlighting Rome's pragmatic approach to integrating diverse peoples into its economic system. Indirect taxes, on the other hand, included customs dues, a modest percentage where trade routes buzzed with merchants and local craftsmen. Additionally, taxes on sales, emancipated slaves, and inheritances further diversified the empire's revenue. Initially, taxation collection sometimes relied on publicani, private companies awarded contracts by the state. However, over time, these companies gradually gave way to individual contractors and ultimately direct collection by state officials, ensuring more consistent and honest gathering of funds. The reforms introduced during the time of Hadrian were crucial, as they refined the methods of assessment and collection, leading to more equitable and efficient processes. The provincial fiscal administration was characterized by an impressive blend of local initiative and central oversight. In the imperial provinces, dedicated procurators, backed by a team of agents, ensured taxes were collected in a manner that was both disciplined and adaptable to local conditions. By contrast, in senatorial provinces, earlier procedures involving direct involvement of municipal corporations were retained to collect indirect taxes. This cautious yet adaptable system reduced corruption and income volatility, balancing Rome's budget while fueling the empire's expansive military and public works. Ultimately, the meticulous administration of taxes was a cornerstone of Roman provincial governance. It not only guaranteed the flow of essential resources, but also forged a fiscal identity that united diverse communities under a system of mutual obligation, reflecting Rome's innovative spirit and commitment to stability. Through consistent refinement and creative adjustments, the Roman taxation system not only secured the state treasury, but also promoted fairness and accountability. This smart approach to revenue collection fostered civic responsibility among citizens and ensured that even distant provinces contributed to the empire's prosperity. In every corner of Rome's vast dominion, tax policies were tailored to local conditions, proving that even the most complex fiscal arrangements can be managed with clarity and ingenuity. Innovation and efficiency prevailed. One of the most transformative elements of Roman provincial administration was the systematic conversion of rural communities into organized municipalities. Over time, small tribal and village groups were gradually enveloped into a unifying Roman framework that celebrated local identity while embracing imperial benefits. This policy was designed not only to streamline administration, but also to facilitate the spread of Roman cultural values and legal practices throughout the provinces. The transition often moved communities from native free towns to Latin communities, a crucial intermediary stage that eventually opened the door to full Roman citizenship and municipal status. By granting Roman or Latin status, communities enjoyed significant advantages, including exemptions from the poll tax and the opportunity to participate actively in civil and military endeavors. Many towns evolved into Roman colonies characterized by self-governance and a marked sense of civic pride that resonated in public architecture, legal institutions, and social customs. The transformation process created vibrant centers that became hubs of commerce and education, critically linking local economies to the imperial network. Watered by both tradition and innovative administrative practices, these municipalities reflected a creative blend of old and new. The impact of municipal transformation was vividly seen in provinces such as Baetica and Tarraconensis in Spain, where the dramatic reduction in the number of rural districts and the rise of organized towns signified a radical change in governance. In these regions, once fragmented communities coalesced into unified municipalities that could better manage local affairs, thus enhancing tax efficiency, public order, and cultural exchange. This creative reorganization revealed Rome's deft ability to adapt indigenous structures to serve imperial purposes, revealing a delicate balance between local autonomy and centralized control. In summary, The municipalization of the provinces was a masterstroke that not only improved administrative efficiency, but also fostered a sense of shared identity among diverse peoples. It demonstrated that transforming traditional social structures could lead to a more inclusive, resilient, and innovative empire. This sweeping change in municipal organization not only reshaped local governance, but also knit diverse communities into the tapestry of Roman civilization, leaving an enduring legacy of unity and cultural brilliance. Examining the provinces of the Three Gauls and Egypt provides fascinating insights into the distinctive approaches Rome used to integrate diverse regions into its imperial fabric. The Three Gauls, Aquitania, Lugdunensis, and Belgica, were initially managed by preserving traditional tribal organization. These regions were rich in agriculture and resourceful in their local customs, which Rome chose to maintain while subtly introducing municipal reforms. Over time, the tribal civitates were gradually transformed into municipalities, blending native traditions with the structures of Roman law and civic organization. This evolution not only ensured efficient military recruitment and resource allocation, but also laid the groundwork for a deeper cultural integration that persists in modern Europe. Egypt, in contrast, held a unique place in the empire. From its conquest, Egypt was treated as a personal possession of the Principes. The social and administrative structures here bore the legacy of the Ptolemaic dynasty, enriched by millennia of ancient Egyptian tradition. Although some Greek towns like Alexandria and Naucratis enjoyed municipal governors, Egypt's capital remained under a distinct imperial practice, administered by an equestrian prefect whose authority was almost kingly in nature. The Egyptian system of nomes provided a well-organized framework for managing resources, especially grain, a vital commodity that fed Rome's massive populace. In both cases, Rome's adaptive policies respected local customs while seamlessly integrating them into an overarching imperial system. Whether through the gradual urbanization of the Gauls or the specialized administration of Egypt, these case studies highlight Rome's creative approach to governance, merging tradition with innovation to forge a unified yet diverse empire. These two examples encapsulate the essence of Roman adaptability. The evolution of the Gauls into structured municipalities and the exceptional treatment of Egypt demonstrate how local identities were preserved even as centralized power was exercised. Such policies fostered cultural synergy and enduring stability remarkably. Roman provincial administration remains one of history's most captivating subjects, illustrating a blend of traditional values and innovative governance. The Principate's methods of integrating senatorial and imperial provinces, assigning specialized administrative roles, and implementing a sophisticated taxation system not only ensured stability but also paved the way for the future of European government. Municipal transformation and the adaptive strategies employed in regions like the Gauls and Egypt reveal a legacy of cultural fusion and pragmatic reform. This enduring legacy continues to serve as an inspiration for modern administrations seeking balance between central authority and local autonomy. The ingenuity of Rome's provincial system reminds us that effective governance often lies in the harmonious integration of diverse traditions with pioneering policies, a lesson as valuable today as in ancient times. Unquestionably, the Roman model of provincial governance endures as a beacon of excellence, inspiring balanced, innovative leadership across eras and shaping the future of governance. The legacy of Roman provincial administration continues to captivate and inspire, offering timeless lessons in effective governance.